Augusta County Commonwealth Attorney Tim Martin is going to seek the appointment of a substitute prosecutor to investigate criminal allegations against two members of the Augusta County Board of Supervisors. Hello, it's Chris Graham here for Augusta Free Press with breaking news. Something we had just written about yesterday, a lengthy article in which we threw out the idea that perhaps Martin, the Commonwealth Attorney in Augusta County, should recuse himself and seek the appointment of an outside prosecutor to handle the investigation of a complaint filed with Martin on October 15th by Waynesboro resident Cheryl Helsel, which alleges that supervisors Gerald Garber and Jeffrey Slavin tried to get her fired from her job with the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services because she was planning to speak out on illegal impoundment fees assessed by the regional animal shelter. Martin, in an email to members of the media, including Augusta Free Press today, said that this allegation is different than most of these conflict of interest matters, which only involve advice giving. This one alleges a crime, Martin wrote in that email. Now, as I mentioned, Augusta Free Press had called for Martin to recuse himself. And in the article, we noted his close connections to the parties in the matter, which also involves a third member of the Board of Supervisors, Scott Seaton, who Helsel was planning to meet with when Garber and Slavin allegedly met with two of her supervisors at VDAX in an apparent effort to get her fired. We noted in the Wednesday article that Martin had spoken out against Seaton at an October 12th, 2022 Board of Supervisors meeting, insinuating that Seaton was tied to a controversial local business, Nexus Services, whose principals are facing a litany of local, state, and federal charges alleging fraudulent personal and business activities. Martin, in his email, did not address the AFP article or any of the points that were raised in it, but he sort of did. And you'll see when we read more of this email. He said, "Because I know many of the players personally, I'm going to let someone else look into it," Martin wrote in that email. This doesn't change anything, and I think this is important to note. He wrote and put this within quotes, "and is no commentary by me on the strength of the allegation. Just a decision to take the citizen's complaint to someone who doesn't know any of the parties," and that's a fair way to do things, and it's above board on the part of Martin. The state law is what required Helsel to actually go to the local Commonwealth attorney. The alleged crime, if one is found to have been committed, would have happened in Harrisonburg, and it's our knowledge that Helsel actually tried to go through the criminal complaint process the way you would normally do so, by meeting with a magistrate in Harrisonburg, which is, again, where the alleged crime would have been committed. But the state conflict of interest law requires that the local Commonwealth attorney handle the case. In this case, the local Commonwealth attorney is saying that he may be conflicted just because he knows so many of the parties involved in the case, and as a result, feels the need to have someone on the outside take control. So that is breaking news. We first wrote about this complaint just on late Monday night, early Tuesday morning, and so quick developments in this story. We will keep you up to date with whatever news comes in this particular story arc as things develop. If they develop, we will let you know about the appointment of a special prosecutor, whoever that may be. That would seem to be the next step in this process, and then we'll kind of go from there. If you have any questions for me, any news tips, anything of that nature to share, please email me at chris@augustafreepress.com.